to shoot for the cloud. Awesome. All right, guys, happy Monday night. Happy Motivation Monday. We're glad to be hanging out with you. As I said, thank you to all of our veterans. Thank you to the people that have served our country. Any of you thrivers that are just promoters that have been, maybe you have family that serves. Thank you so much. We know that we have the rights and freedoms because of your service. So thank you for that. One of the things that I love to do, today, and I'll be honest, I've been traveling, and so I've been kind of lazy the last couple of days. I actually showered for you guys tonight, and I was going through, and as I was seeing people posting things about, Veterans Day and people thanking people and things like that, guys, those are the people that I was very intentional with today, engaging with their posts, commenting, making sure I took the time, not just on their Facebook page, but sending them a private message and saying, hey, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you've done for our country. Maybe it was a spouse and she was sharing something about, somebody in her family. And I took that time to take it that next step further of just thanking them for what they've done for us. And, again, I know a lot of times people don't really realize how important it is to people for you to notice and go above and beyond. It's super, super easy to have engagement and interaction and consistency in our newsfeed, but you want to talk about having momentum. Your momentum is going to be in your messenger. When you're having those private conversations, Facebook's going to say, hey, these guys like each other. They're chatting behind the scenes. So make sure you take those times. And it's a genuine, guys, it's super, super genuine for me to go into my messenger and just say, you know what? Thank you for your service. So I hope you did take that time more than scrolling Facebook and reading what's happening with people. This is your time to have a conversation with them. They're putting something out there that is public. So tell me y'all did that. Yes. And if you didn't do that, you're going to go do that today. I'm seeing some heads shaking. So Lisa, I know you and I were kind of chatting behind the scenes, and I'm going to let you just kick us off. I've got a list. I put the questions out there in my swap group. I also posted the question in our leadership group. And so I'll just kind of let you kick us off, and then I'll just throw some questions out there that I got from the groups, and then we'll just kind of answer from there. Is that good?
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
I was thinking, looking at the numbers from this Zoom, it looks like there's like maybe 90 people on, and it just always blows me away. I mean, we talk about this all the time, but I'm like, there's 800 and some people that said I want to be part of the swap. And then, Monday night, we clearly have all put this on our Zoom pages that every Monday night at 9 o'clock, this is going to be a thing. It's the same link. And yet we have 90 people on. And we keep talking about commitment and consistency, but yet, how many people are committed? How many people are being consistent? I get life happens and maybe somebody can't be on, but 720 some things can't be on. It just blows my mind. So, and I was also looking at my swap group, and I was looking at, that first week, right? We had all these people say, I'm in, and I'm ready for this. And then how many of you, I know as leaders, we talked about this, how many people never even started? We entered them into the swap group, and 10 people right off the bat never even put in the first challenge. And, and then that first week you kind of see who's serious and who isn't. And then you watch others drop off. And, why I bring that up is because, unfortunately, we could sit here and, blow, sunshine and rainbow up everybody's butts and sound like it's perfect. We can always do that. But at the end of the day, guys, this is exactly why people's businesses aren't where they want to be, and exactly why people end up, not succeeding in network marketing, not because it is difficult, not because it's hard, but because people just can't stay committed. And I always go back to, like New Year's resolutions. They say that people set them, January 1st, we're all excited. And then by January 15th, 80% of people that set a resolution already have said, oh, can't stick to it. I mean, it's just what people do. But it's an eye opener. And why I bring that up today is because I hope you guys really realize that you have got to be in that 0.01%. And it's not even 1%. It's that 0.01% of people that go, you know what? I'm going to be better than everyone else. I am going to stick to this. I am ready to lay aside my excuses. I am done making up things in my mind that I'm letting either myself or other people hold me back. And I think going into the new year, guys, we've got like what? I think somebody just posted something the other day, like we have seven more paychecks till Christmas. And I was like, holy crap. Like it's coming. It's like so quick. The end of the year is going to be here and a new year is going to begin. And, every single one of you on here can say, I'm going to start January 1st. Y'all, if you can't start now, you're not going to start then. I'm just saying, if it can't be today, it's not going to be January 1st, because by January 15th, you're already going to be not consistent. You've got to stop like thinking that it's got to be a certain day, or, after the holidays, I'll get started, or after my birthday, or after the craziness of this. There's always going to be something going on. And, for me, I love this swap because it really shows me who truly is invested, who really is that person that says, yes, I'm going to do this, and they actually stick with it for 30 days. I know for me personally, those are the people that I'm going to be pouring into, the ones on my team that make it through that 30 days. If they send me a message, I'm going to be right on helping them with whatever they need, versus somebody else messaging me that gave up that first day, and I'm sorry, but it's not that I don't believe in everybody, but this is a business, guys, and I've got to work with those that show me they want it. I can't just, pour my time and bide my time into people that are complaining, but yet they never even started. They commit to things that they never do. And so I'm just really proud of you guys that are on this tonight. And I'm proud of you guys that have really, committed to this swap. You got invested and you're doing it. You're doing the do, and you'll get the get. You absolutely will see results. With that said, I know that we had posted, for some ideas on what we should talk about tonight. And a lot of people talked about just, what do you do to keep a promoter, launch a new promoter? I know that was brought up, and I was thinking about that because, this is all about people, and it's all about creating community, and it's all about creating friendships and relationships. And it really truly is, that truly is what this is all about. And it's such a shame to me that we lose so many people because people are missing that point. They're missing that they're not forming relationships. They're looking at people like they are a number. They're looking at them like, oh, that's just one more person that's going to get me I need to sign one promoter so I can grab my lifestyle getaway. But they're not pouring into that person, right? It's like a need for them, but they're not looking at the needs of that person. And I've said this on other, we've talked about this before on other Zooms, but this is proven, guys, more people join network marketing to be a part of something than even for money. They join to be a part of the culture. Do you think when they see your posts about, oh, I just bought a new car or a boat or a house, those aren't the posts that are getting them? It's the posts of you being on a vacation with all your friends. It's the post about you going to that Thrive After 5 and everybody's in a room and they're having fun and they're eating dinner together, or they're socializing, or, being a part of something. Because if you guys can take yourself back before you were in this business, I know my life. I went to work every day, came home, went to bed, and did it all over again. There was no fun. There was no excitement. There was no trips. There was no, helping somebody achieve a goal. There was no shouting somebody out on Facebook for doing something awesome. Like, nobody shouted me out for doing anything crazy. Nobody went to my Facebook page and said, good job for going to work today, Lisa. Nobody did that. And what you've got to understand about this business, guys, is you're forgetting these fundamental things. Is it's not about money. People will stay with you in this business if you treat them like a person with goals and dreams and hopes and fears. They're going to stay with you if you include them, and including them in something like this swap. I mean, what a great way for that person that's been in a month or two to get involved with like the swap. and meet new people and have somebody pour into them for 30 days. It's these kind of things that you should be pushing into your new promoters that are going to keep them, making sure they're getting on your team Zooms. You know, when you sign up a new promoter, the first thing you should be doing is getting them in a welcome call or welcome message, something where they're seeing that it's not just you that's there, you know, encouraging them and cheering them on, but they have several people that are there encouraging them and cheering them on. And also, you know, I can't say this enough, but with new people signing new people, how many times do you think that somebody quits because they just don't know who to go to, because they just didn't feel a part of it? You know, they signed with somebody that just signed last month, and that person quits already, and they kind of want to do it, but they don't really know where to go. If you've got them immediately, if you're training your team to do these welcome messages and welcome calls, they're going to know, okay, Chas isn't scary. Even though I heard she's a millionaire earner, I'm not scared of her because I was in a message with her and she talked to me through that voice recorder, or she got on the phone with me and she was just a normal person. And she told me if I ever needed anything to come to her. So I'm going to do that because I don't want to quit just because the person that signed me quit. Like, it's these little teeny things that we're missing doing, that our teams are skipping over, that you're thinking, oh, that's not a big deal. Who really cares? Those are the teeny tiny things they're going to make or break your business. Those are the teeny tiny things that are going to either keep a promoter with you or have them quit at the drop of a dime, really. So it's, we could go into all the, aspects of how do you keep a brand new promoter. And one of the biggest things I think I tell every single person on my team is you keep that promoter before you even sign them. Like, you set the pace for whether you're going to keep that promoter before they're even in the system. And it's when we go around promising things that we can't, I love that phrase, underpromise overdeliver, right? Like, we need to stop over promising and under delivering, because that's what you're doing. We're saying things like, you're going to come into this business and it's going to be so easy, and it's not going to be that much work, and you can do it from your phone, and you don't have to talk to anybody, and you're going to come in and you're going to grab these bonuses in 14 days and it's going to change your life. And then you've got this brand new person signing up. All of a sudden it hits them, their friends and family aren't interested, they're getting lashback. They get somebody that unfriends them on Facebook. Nobody told them how to make that first post correctly, so they looked all spammy. They turned off most of their network. And then 14 days goes by, they didn't hit a bonus. And they're like, I suck at this. None of the things that person told me happened. I didn't come in. I didn't make money. It's not easy. Nobody wants what I have, right? I mean, think about it, guys. So I guess I just want to point out that this starts before you even sign a person. If you want to keep a promoter, it's what you're doing with them before you even sign them up, which means, are you sitting with them and giving realistic expectations? Are you finding out from them what they want out of this? Are you setting, helping them set those goals for them? Are you helping them make a list of people? Are you telling them this is how you reach out to these people behind the scenes? Are you walking them through, don't make a post on Facebook yet, this is how we want to introduce it to the public? Are you going live with them, maybe doing an unboxing? Are you holding their hand and walking them through the process of everything? And then are you letting them know this is a business, it's going to take time, and I'm not signing you unless you're going to be on that business plan. I want you to be committed. I don't know how fast you're going to go, I don't know how slow you're going to go, but I do know this: if you stick with me, in time, this is your business, you're going to grow at your pace, don't compare yourself. In time, if you do what I share with you, and you slowly step out of your comfort zone and you slowly learn this industry, you're going to start to make some money that's going to make a difference in your life, but you've got to stick with me. And giving that little speech before you sign them, then sitting down. You guys, we have technology today, there's no reason, none, I mean, there's no excuse on this planet why you cannot get face-to-face with your brand new promoter. That's mistake number one. I mean, whether you're local, have them over your house, go get a cup of coffee. But if you're not local, guess what? We have FaceTime. time. Get them in Messenger, click that button, call them, get on FaceTime, get face-to-face, have them grab a pen and a piece of paper and have them write down their goals in front of you. Have them write down a list of people they think might want these products in front of you. Have them write down that list of people that they think might want to be part of this business or that they would like to work with. Then walk them through the process of this is step one, because most people have never owned their own business before. They don't know what to do. They're looking for direction. So that first month or two, you really need to be that person that's guiding them and saying, okay, go do this. Then when you're done, come back to me. Now I'll tell you what to do next. And it's walking them through that process. But more than anything, it is making them feel a part of something. Do you know your promoters' kids' names? Do you know if they're married or divorced? Do you know what their hobbies are? Do you know if they have any pets? If the answers to those questions you don't know, this is why you're losing them. This is exactly number one why you're not keeping that person, because they don't owe you anything. The second that the going gets tough, right? The second that things aren't going the way they should, they're not going, well, I'm going to stick around and see what happens. They're out of here. They don't feel they owe you anything, because if you haven't helped them with anything, if you haven't held their hand and walked them through the process and been there every day in their ear, encouraging them, they're not going to think twice about quitting. But if you are that person in their ear and encouraging them and inspiring them, they're going to think twice. They're going to go, I can't let Lisa down. She's been in my inbox every day. She's been holding my hand through this process. I just can't quit on her, because they're going to feel that they owe you something. That's the kind of relationship that you want to have with these people that you're signing, that kind of relationship where they feel that they need to stick around because of the help and the support that you've offered. And then, getting them in with other people that are thrivers, not adding them to 50,000 groups, but making sure that you're not just plugging them into the bot either, but that you're walking them through. You guys have all been through the bot. You know what day one is. Did you get day one? Okay, let's walk through that day one together. It's not just giving them a link and then contacting them in 14 days going, why didn't you get your VIP bonuses? This isn't how that works. And, I just wish that people would put love into it. I wish that people would put their heart into it. I wish that people would, every single time they signed a new promoter, I wish they would put themselves in that promoter's shoes and go, how would I like to be treated? What did the person that signed me, what did they do with me? Am I doing that with my person? And if I didn't like the way I was treated when I joined, am I changing that, or am I just repeating that process? If I'm my new promoter that I just signed, am I happy right now with the way that I'm being treated and the way that I'm being walked through this process? Or am I somebody that's going to quit because I feel like I'm not getting that help and that support? So, I could go on this topic. This could just be an hour-long Zoom right now on just this topic, but I just wanted to throw that out there, Chas, because I feel like, it's everything to keep a promoter. I don't care whether they are just coming in and sitting around for a year before they even thrive for free, and they're just kind of plugging in here and there, or I don't care whether they come in and go real fast. It doesn't matter. You guys, we need everyone. We need a promoter that just wants to sit around and thrive for free in a year, or they just want to sit around and gather free products, or they just want to make an extra 100, or if they want to go crazy. We need to keep everybody, because we're giving this industry, a bad name. We're giving network marketing a bad name. We're giving Lavelle a bad name when we're signing people and we're dropping the ball. People chose you. They chose you. They said, I want you to be the person to lead me down this amazing path. I keep seeing your posts on Facebook and how much your life has changed. I want to entrust my hands in my whole life into your hands and trust you. And I want you to walk me through this process. And we're letting people down, guys. We're signing them up and we're looking at them like a number. We're looking at them and like that person we needed to earn a trip or whatever, and we're not doing the work. We want the work to be magically done by the bot, or we want the work to be magically done by someone else, but we're not willing to do the work to get to where we want to go. So I don't know where your head's at with that, Jas, but.
Well, I think that's so good, Lisa, but I also think that you can flip that into the customer side as well.
Yes.
I posted tonight in the 200K swap. Guys, do you know we did Wednesday night on our Excel Empire. I went through these things. I don't know if y'all were on, but I went through these objection cards. And, we went through these things and they were so powerful. I got so much feedback from y'all. It's too expensive. And then, they're not saying no, but we just need to raise the perceived value. I'm not ready to buy yet. Okay, that's awesome. When do you think you're ready to get started? Are you waiting till the new year? Are they waiting to, get done with Christmas? So understanding, like Lisa said, with your promoters, you have to understand that with your customers as well. So I made a post tonight. I've already taken my rest and my balance. I'm a little more chill, but how many of my customers, how many of my prospective customers do I know what they need? And like Lisa said, all of those things that that we're telling you guys to do, we're still doing it. So for example, I want y'all to understand, we haven't arrived, the trips, the things that we have to accomplish, guys, we still have to stay in the trenches. I love that about Lavelle. Lavelle doesn't get to say, hey, you're a Lavelle millionaire. Here's your tickets. You get to go on a trip. We still have to continue to work, and it does make it hard. And the comparison and compete, guys, I still haven't overcome that. I still look around and go, man, she's been in as long as I have and she's smashing it. What am I doing wrong? And I have to have that conversation in the mirror and go, Jas, you're like a generic person. I can't even tell if you're still a thriver. I still have to look and have those conversations with myself to look at, do people know the brand I stand behind? Do they know what my nightly regimen is? Do they know what I take to help me sleep at night? Do they know what I have for, the belly bloat? So working those things, just like you work your promoters and you know the things about them, you have to know the things about your potential customers. So I shared with you guys that I met some friends while we were in Fredericksburg. We're connected on Instagram. And that seems to be a lot of people's preference is Instagram right now. And so today I spent some time going through, and those individuals that I met, I went to find out what's in their life. One of them, her name is Foodie Jack or something like that, Jacqueline Foodie or something like that. She is into foods. She loves to post healthy foods. She loves to meal prep. So instead of saying, hey, try my product, you needed this in your life, I don't know what she's doing for protein. She's doing CrossFit. She's already taking care of herself. But what I did invite her to is our Holiday Fit Challenge. I said, oh my gosh, I know that you can add so much value to this group. If there's ever anything that you would want to post or for recipe, I'm always looking for people to help me because I'm not the foodie person. Guys, it was 2 seconds and she was in, because I took the time to look at her profile. I took the time to find out what she's doing, find out what her loves, what her interests are. And here's the thing, she's probably 100 pounds, and maybe she doesn't think she needs, my product. But what she did say to me is that her husband desperately needs to lose some weight. He won't eat the things that she cooks for him. He likes the beer and all the fried things, all of these things. So how many of y'all know that you've heard people say time and again, well, I don't need it, but my wife will need it. Or I don't need it, but my friend needs it. I'm sleeping fine, but I have a friend. Guys, those referrals to your business are priceless, but you have to spend that time. You have to look at how much time are you spending in your social media scrolling, or how much time are you spending in your social media finding people with situations. You have the solution, but you have to go out there and find them. And that is not, I hate to, disappoint you and make you think that once you arrive at, 12K, 40K, 80K, or 200K that, all of that goes away. No, you still have to work your business. You still get to work your business. And it's kind of like we're always on a scavenger hunt. I'm always looking for people with a problem. I'm always looking for people that are posting that picture of that coffee bright and early in the morning. I'm always looking for someone telling me that they're not resting well. Guys, right now, the coldness has set in. How many people are talking about their aches and discomforts? And if they're not talking to you about about them? Are you asking them, hey, how many of my friends sleep all through the night? How many of my friends, you know, post if you have a smartwatch, you know, the rim, you know, how many of them, their rims are high levels, you know, things like that, that you can stimulate conversation and people will begin to tell you what they need. I have my newest customer I got this weekend from my hair post. I met her in May at a graduation party. She was a friend of a friend, and she messaged me after I posted my picture of my hair growth and said, girl, I have spent a ton of money. She had a recent loss in her immediate family, and so she's been really, really stressed out. Her hair is thinning, and I didn't go straight into the product. I shared with her about my experience and how I was so excited about this product because I have been one that has invested a lot of money, not in products, but in hair extensions because my hair is so thin. So I was able to relate to her, and she was like, okay, how do I buy it? Venmo, and she was just like, get it to me. She didn't question, is it going to work? What if it doesn't work? Because I was relatable to her. I was listening to what she needed, and I had a solution for her situation. One of the things that Mark Ferguson's one of our top leaders, and some of the questions he asked is, what's a great way to catch some new promoters? And I'll let Lisa answer, but I will tell you guys, I am still a face-to-face, belly-to-belly. These couple of people that we met in Fredericksburg, literally, we went and sat at their table. The tables were full, and we're like, hey, can we share tables with you guys? I still do those kinds of things. I know people say all the time, I don't want to prospect my waitress. Guys, I still talk to everybody. I am a conversation starter. I am a compliment giver. I am a question stimulator. I still do those things in public because I will tell you, my greatest potentials, my greatest business partners have come from face to face. So I still believe in that. I still believe in the 1, 2, 3. I love our plus line products, but I am still someone that introduces the 1, 2, 3 consistently. I go back to, what are the basics? What is the fundamentals? What is it that started my business? So to answer that is, I am still face-to-face kind of person. I actually am starting something in 2020. I've shared with you guys that I had gone through, I'll be honest, I went through a dry spell. It's been a hot minute since I've brought in a powerhouse business partner. Now I've brought in some, they just wanted an extra $400 next week, and that's cool. I love to do that. But guys, I can't take someone to 12K and 40K and 80K and 200K if that's not on their goals list. One of the questions that I get all the time is, how do you pull people? How do you encourage people? How do you get people that are not having any momentum to get excited? Here's the truth of it. There's 134 people on this Zoom tonight, and we have 800 plus people participating. You don't push people into motivation. You can meet them where they are. I love that Jason Camper always says, we're going to continue to give you a product. We're going to continue to give you compensation plan. We're going to continue to give you all the things, but you have to meet Lavelle in the middle. They're not just going to dump cash into your back office if you haven't worked for it, but they're going to give you bonuses. They're going to give you new products all the time. Guys, I have gotten so much feedback about our concept lab. People have that FOMO. I've been getting people ask me, hey, I've been seeing so-and-so post this thing, and it's a concept lab. How do I get to be a part of that? Oh my gosh, that is just for people that have their auto ship set up. I have people coming back, people that have turned off their auto ship, that are turning it back on because they want to get something first. So, you know, Lavelle is going to give it to us. It's just a matter of us meeting them in the middle. How can we push a group of people that have slowed down and need that extra motivation to get back rocking in their businesses like before and to push these bonuses? Okay, the thing, and Lisa, I'll let you talk to that, is I don't ever feel like you can push anybody along. You can encourage them along, you can motivate them along, but they have to want it. You know, and I think it goes deeper, and it goes back to, what is their why? You know, why, what is their why? That always sounds so cliche. Oh, it's my kids. Oh, it's this. Guys, it has to be deeper than that. We used to say in the beginning, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. And if I were to say, the reason I keep working my business is for my kids, guys, that doesn't really make me cry anymore because my kids are set up. What makes me passionate is when I can say I get to help. I get to do my philanthropy work because of this Labelle thing that I do. I get to help people. I get to help provide cots for shelters that are, it's cold, and so extra cots for a homeless shelter. I get to do things like that pull on my heartstrings. So we have to go deeper than it's just for my kids, or it's just for this, or it's just for a thing. It has to go back to why are they really wanting this business. And 9 times out of 10, guys, it has to be because, you know what, my engine's about to blow up in my car. I'm late. I'm behind on my mortgage. I'm struggling to, I don't know how. My credit cards are maxed out, and I don't know how I'm going to pay for Christmas. It has to go back to a deeper reasoning. I need this. I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5. I've had a taste of freedom, and I don't want to be sitting on somebody's time clock. So can you pull people along? I don't think so. I think we can incentivize. We can tell people, we're going to bring you good content, good value. We're going to meet on Monday nights at this time. And again, you're going to see the ones, you guys, and there's so many faces on here, Emily and Jamie and Vanessa and Julia, Kay. Kay's on here. I see her. I see you, girl. She's been with us from back in the day. Like, she is an OG. You know, she's still on. She's still wanting to know what's new, what can I do, how can I learn. That's the person that when we talk about you're preparing for your success before your success happens. You're getting connected so that when that person that is going to set that New Year's goal is going to say, okay, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. 2020 is going to be my year of 2020 vision, clarity, and focus, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Kay, I want to partner with you because I've seen you be consistent, and you're my girl. You're going to be ready because you're going to be plugging in. You're going to be plugging into you've been plugged into the swaps. You've plugged into the Excel empires. You've plugged into all of the things that your leaders are doing. You have plugged in and you've prepared. I have shared thousands and thousands of times with you guys, literally, about how before I had a team, I was doing lives. I was doing calls. We didn't have lives back then. We were doing calls. And literally, I could look at my call report, guys, and there was 2 people on. But I did that call. I showed up just like if I was ready for a team. And literally in 31 days, our team went 200K. I had to be prepared. I did not have time to go back and watch all the lives or go listen to all the calls or go read all the books. And I had to be ready for when that person said, I'm ready to be partnered with you. I'm ready to join you. And then the business exploded. So that's how you have to treat your business. You have to continue to meet new people. Your cold market has to be ever evolving. My new girl that I met this weekend, she's in my cold market. I don't know enough about her. When is she going to transfer into that warm market? When she starts liking my stuff, when we start having more conversation, when we're interacting on my fit challenge, when I start doing thankful lives, when she's connected with me on Facebook, because right now we're just friends on Instagram. We're going to cultivate that relationship, guys. I have people like that I'm continuing to grow, continuing to evolve. I know y'all have heard me talk about, I've done a ministry thing for the last 14 weeks. And in that time, one of our girls, she's a medical esthetician, and she would say to me every Monday night, I'm so tired. I go to work and I feel like I'm a walking zombie. I'm sleepwalking. I just now, tomorrow, her mini experience is going in the mail, and I'm putting rest in there because she's telling me she hasn't slept well. There's 14 weeks of me getting to know what are her needs and how can I put together a mini experience that is going to be everything that she needs. Guys, it's taken time. And I know that you want it now and you want it fast, but a lot of times it just doesn't happen like that. But I can tell you, when I've worked those people from my cold market into my warm market, just like Lisa said, my customers and my promoters, they're invested in me and I'm invested in them. When they tell me they want to lose 10 pounds, when they tell me they need to make an extra $800 cash, I can go back to them when they decide to quit and go, hey, Emily, you said you were really wanting to lose that extra 20 pounds. Girl, did you reach that? No, but you know what? I can't really afford this. Girl, we've got to get some posts out there. I've got to help you show people that what are you doing in the morning before your feet hit the floor. Let's make up some recipes. Let's show some people how yummy your protein is. Let's make sure we're posting that Flex Friday picture so people see that weird sticker and they're going, what in the heck is that on your arm? Guys, I'm still getting those conversations and having those conversations face to face. But as far as how do I just get more promoters, it's constantly working that cold market into your warm market and getting those people that you're saying, you know what, I'm going into 2020. I am having, we're going to be doing a Taco Tuesday on, starting in January. And we're going to just invite people that want to talk about the business. It's not going to be a Thrive After 5. It's just going to be an opportunity, because I know specifically the people that have said to me, Chas, I want to travel more. They haven't said they want to quit their job. They said they want to travel more. I can show them easily out of 4K or 12K, how can they qualify for these trips? Maybe there are people that said, Chas, I want to make some extra money. Maybe there are people that say, I want to start working out more. I'm going to start moving my body more. I know where those people are, and I could write you a list right now of 50 people. Could you right now write down a list of 50 people and beside their name, put what they need or what they want? That's what I was able to do in the beginning. I was able to write down those people's names and put what they needed. And that's what you have to have today. Guys, that's an ever-evolving list. It's a list that you should be working on all the time. Lisa, I'll pass that to you and let you kind of interject on some of those things that I just rambled on.
As far as grabbing new promoters, how do we get new promoters? Every way possible. I mean, that's the thing is there's, it's frustrating to get that question, because you guys, we're not getting new promoters. We're just making friends. Make friends. Like, stop waking up every day going, how do I sign a promoter? Wake up every day and say, how can I make a genuine connection? How can I make a genuine friendship? I don't think about signing a promoter. I don't think about that. I think about, how am I going to add somebody to Facebook today that I have something in common with? How am I going to meet somebody out and about that catches my attention that I want to add to Facebook? Who do I want to build a relationship with? Who would I be a friend with? Who is somebody that I would get along with? And the fact of the matter is that the ways to find those people, oh my gosh, every day when you leave your house, you can make connections with people. I mean, if you guys are trying to get around the networking part of network marketing, then you're in the wrong industry. You can't. You've got to lead every day with that piece of yourself in the back of your mind thinking, I need to make new connections and new relationships. That's what we do. And that means, I think about, who are the people in my business that rock it out? Well, if I look at the people that are in all my 200Ks, do you know what they were? My 200Ks were nurses. My 200Ks were waitress and waiters. My 200Ks were people that owned salons and spas or owned another form of their own business. My 200Ks were in health and wellness in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they're healthier. Maybe they worked out. Maybe they owned a gym. Maybe they worked in a gym, personal trainers. My 200Ks are people that have a ton of friends. They're super outgoing. They're just that person that you want to connect with. My 200Ks were teachers. Oh, huge teachers. Like they were real estate agents. I have 200Ks that were real estate agents. So look at the people and what are their pasts? What are their backgrounds? Okay. Those are the kind of people I want to connect with. You bet that every single time when I go out to eat, I'm connecting with my waitress. I'm saying to her, you know what? You're awesome. Are you on Facebook? Yeah. I mean, she wants a good tip. She's going to tell me what her Facebook is, right? And I'm going to get her and I'm going to start watching that girl, because she is already in the service industry. She already knows how to connect with people. She already knows what it's like to upgrade somebody from a coffee to a double shot of Coke, to a double shot of like a Jack Daniels in their coffee. Like, she knows how to do that stuff. So what I want you guys to know is that think about those people that, you know, I say this all the time. There's only 3 reasons your business is not growing right now. There's only 3 reasons you're not signing promoters right now. The first reason is you're not consistent. If you're not consistently growing every day, not consistent with doing income producing activities in your business, you're not growing. If you're not adding to your network every day, you're not going to grow. And if you're doing those 2 things, if you're consistent every day and you're adding to your network and you're still not growing, it's because you're not adding your network. You're not adding the right network to your network. And that doesn't mean it has to be somebody that wants supplements. Not at all. I was a waitress that had never been on a supplement in my life. That's nothing with that. That has nothing to do with it. Making the right connections is finding something that you have someone in common with someone else. That's where they start to know, like, and trust you in other areas. But you've got to find that common ground. Facebook groups, expos and events. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. There's always ways to meet new people. Referrals. I mean, that's been huge for my business over the last year. Referrals. So, there's tons of ways. But with that second topic, basically, how do you inspire, motivate? How do you get somebody working? How do you get people moving? I think the day you get network marketing is the day you stop asking that question. Really, you guys, I don't ask myself that question ever. I don't ever say, how do I get team B over here that was rocking out to work again? I don't ever ask that. I go to a person, I say, this is what's at stake. This is what you have your hands on. And I am here to run, walk, or sit with you. You let me know. But I can't wait around. And then I go find the people in my organization that are working, and I latch onto those people and I work like heck with them because they motivate and inspire me. And those are the people that I want to work with. I know that there's nothing, if this is amazing comp plan and $80,000, $200,000, $12,000, $4,000 bonuses isn't motivating someone, nothing I'm going to do is going to motivate anyone. So at this point, what do I need to do? Is stop asking that question and start asking myself, where do I find people that will be motivated? How do I find new people? Because that's what it's all about. Over the last, 10 years, this is my 10th year in this industry. And the one thing that I have learned that stands above all of it is that I have got to make connections with people that are going to, want to be motivated. Who are motivating people? If I go to somebody's Facebook page, let's say I'm in a group, and I think this is the other place where we're missing out. You guys can go join these Facebook groups, and we're kind of learning right now in the swap. But if you're friend requesting people in these Facebook groups and you go to their Facebook page and they have 60 friends and no comments or likes on any of their posts, that's probably somebody you're wasting a lot of time with. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to build genuine connections and relationships, and I don't care if they have one friend on Facebook. Okay, that doesn't matter. But what I am saying is we are all running a business. So start looking at those things, guys. What was their past occupation? You better bet if I click on somebody and I see their past occupation was a teacher, or if they're a waitress or a bartender, or they're in a salon, or they're in health, or they're a real estate agent, I am jumping on that person. You better bet if they've got a couple thousand friends and they're not in network marketing and every post on Facebook has like 100 likes and tons of comments, that is somebody I want to be friends with. Like, I'm really on purpose about who I'm looking at. You guys, we say, well, why doesn't anybody want our product? I can't afford it. It's too expensive. Because you're working in a network of people that don't want it. They're not going to find the value in it. They're not going to find the money to buy it. But I know that if I'm working in the right market and I gain somebody's trust and their relationship with them, that then they're going to somehow find that money, or they're going to be somebody that already has the money because they see the value in it. So you got to start working in those right networks. And it doesn't mean that if you guys, let's say that you are Sally Sue that lives in Podunk, wherever, population 10, and everybody around you literally let's say you're all on welfare. I'm just throwing this out there. That does not mean I have no shot in this business. No, not at all. That is the beauty of networking and Facebook and Instagram is you can now go start posting and be who you want to be. Post motivational, be inspirational, post about, your likes and your hopes and your dreams and your goals. And then you go and you search through people that do see value in the type of things that you're seeing value in. And when you connect with those type of people, I promise you, they're going to be interested in what you're interested in. But the problem is that what you're doing is you're still connecting with those people that aren't going to want this. They're the people that are out at the bar every night that are, spending their money on really ridiculous things. Like, you can go to their Facebook page and see it. If you somehow think miraculously one of your posts is going to change that, it's not. Like, you have to go connect with people that are thinking differently, right? As a network marketer, we think differently. We think about what does our future hold? We think about the goodness in life. We think about how we can uplift, encourage, and inspire other people. Are the people you're connecting with that way? Because if they're not, and you're adding them and you're building a relationship, if you think you're going to change who they are, you're probably not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's making sense what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to point out is that a lot of you guys are adding people and you're growing your network. You're just not growing your network with anyone that's ever going to thrive. And that's not going to help you. You've got to think about it in both ways, if that makes sense. Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're making complete sense. And I don't know, Vanita, are you on? I wanted to, because this week I'll throw her into this because let me see if she's on. I don't know if she's on tonight.
I'm on. I wouldn't miss it.
Okay, so tell us a little bit that, and like what Lisa's saying, you and I have really locked arms with this. You came to me, I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe, and you're just like, Chas, what am I not doing? And kind of share what my response to you was. It was your network wasn't, I mean, you were growing, but.
Yeah. Prospect up. So that was what she said. You're doing everything good. You're just not doing it in the right circles. You're not focusing on the people who want to take care of themselves, the people who are already investing in themselves, or the people that are motivated. I mean, literally, if you're not motivated to take care of yourself, then you're not motivated to take care of yourself. And so just start growing your circle and to start surrounding yourself with the right people. Not to say that, we're called to love everyone, right? But we have to be real. And I like what Lisa said. We're trying to build a business here. And so it's not a business that's built overnight. With you and with Lisa, y'all spent years growing your networks before you even came to Lavelle. And so whenever you came to Lavelle and had a product that was amazing, people latched onto that really quickly. And so for me, I had like 250 friends, and none of those people were good prospects. I mean, to just be quite honest.
And one of the things, thank you, Vanita, for that, but one of the things was she had a lot of people that had that limiting belief. Their mindset wasn't that they could have more or they could do. And so many times we want to cast that vision and be like, guys, you can be debt free and you can work from home in your PJs all day long and you can make $1 million.
You can't cast that kind of vision to somebody negative, though. And here's the thing, Chas, is like, I don't want anyone on here thinking I'm putting anyone down, because I was on welfare most of my life. I mean, if it wasn't for WIC, my kids wouldn't have drank formula. And I know you had a hard life too. Yes. But what I want everybody to know is that even though I was in that place, I thought bigger. I was positive. You know what I'm saying? There's you have to have something to grasp onto. You have to have something that you can go, okay, there's hope there, versus somebody that is just wallowing in a place where they don't want to get out of. We all know that, right? And so if we're going to work, it's that question I get more than anything else. And I bet you all of you have this same objection more than anything else. It's too expensive. You guys, if you are working in the right network, it isn't too expensive. It's not too expensive at all. The problem is you are working in the wrong network. And if people do not see value in what you have, they're going to say it's too expensive. Yet the next day on Facebook, you're going to see that they just ordered $5,000 worth of stuff on Amazon. See, it's not too expensive. It's just they don't want what you have. They don't care about getting healthy. They don't care about your products as skincare. They just don't care. So what you need to do is start working in the group of people, adding people that do care about those things or have the potential to care about those things. See, I didn't care about those things, but I had the potential. And we could see it by what I said and how I acted and what I posted and the relationships that I would build with people. That potential was there. So, really, and then, sorry, I didn't mean to butt in, Chas, but I just want people to understand that I'm not saying, oh, well, if you're on welfare, you'll never make it in this business. Y'all, I had like 5 friends. My family didn't want this. I lived in a town where everyone was broke. I mean, I could have let those beliefs keep me down and not let me do a business like this. Or I had to expand and grow outside of who those people were and what they were doing. Not that I'm better than them. No, I am them. I'm still that person. But I wanted to grow outside of that, if that makes sense too.
Well, I think, Lisa, when I look at someone that is coming in and they're smashing it, I will often ask them, what's your story? And they always think I'm asking them their Thrive story, or I'm like, no, what's your story? Because they're the people that I see that stay hungry, that stay in the game, that don't give up, that don't let a no disappoint. Rachel Hollis says it best. She talks about how, I think, I don't want to mess up her story, but I think she found her brother, he had taken his life. And she now, when she's facing something hard, she looks back on that moment in her life and goes, nothing can be as hard as what I went through. And Lisa, I think that what we find is we find people that, and yes, you can find people. My kids did grow up on WIC. I've had my car repossessed. I've had all of those things. But the auto bonus, the thing about the auto bonus to me is my cars are always going to be 5 years or newer because Lavelle says you have to drive a newer car, and my bumper's never going to fall off. My oldest kids can remember our alternator going out in the middle of a busy intersection. They can remember those things. So when I find people, I want to know, hey, what's your story? If they tell me there's a story of poor, pitiful me, doom and gloom, and my life has always sucked and nothing's ever going to get better, and then I'm going to go, ooh, the first time someone's going to tell them no, before someone's
right.
That time that someone says, oh, well, your product made my heart race a little bit, or, I had diarrhea for 21 days, or, whatever. They're going to.
Y'all need to write this down. Does the need outweigh the excuses? Does the need outweigh the excuses? Because if you're listening to their story and all you're hearing is excuse, I promise you the need is not outweighing the excuses. But if in that story you're hearing, I need this, like I cannot not have a car to get my kids to school and to their extracurricular activities, and I have to get to work. I have to do something. Like whatever you tell me to do is what I'm going to do. Now that is a need that's going to outweigh any excuses that a person has. That's what you have to think about. Is the need outweighing the excuses? Because that is really why most of us are here right now. All of you guys are on this Zoom tonight because your need is outweighing your excuses. And that's huge.
One of the other things I don't know if Courtney Good is on. Courtney, are you on? Courtney is one of our top tier leaders. And if you saw Courtney before Thrive, she's in great shape. She's been in the health and fitness industry as far as the business is concerned. When she came in, she wasn't like, hey, I need to go 200K. Courtney, are you on? I don't know if she jumped off. I saw her for a minute. Okay. I loved the fact, one of the things when I talked to Courtney like 3 years ago, she shares a story about how she just wanted, now she's in Ohio and y'all get really, really cold. I know us whiny people in Texas, but she was sharing how she wanted heat in her, I guess it's the basement. I don't know how it all works, but y'all have to heat other things than we do. But she wanted like heat in her basement so her kids could invite their friends over. And she's like, you know, they don't invite anybody over because that basement is cold, you know? And so it's those things like that. When you hear people say, here's what I need, they're going to make it happen. People that have been in business for themselves. I was talking to Natasha one time, and you know, we were talking about the ebbs and flow of the business, and she's like, that happens in my business. I've been a business owner for years. I understand it goes up and down. We go through those cycles. People that have never been in business for themselves, they struggle in this industry because the first time they take a dip, they're like, okay, it's never going to come back up. It's just doom and gloom. Instead of getting back out there and going, hey, what do I need to do? How do I need to increase my warm market? How do I need to make more connections? How do I need to talk to people? I was sharing with one of my promoters that she was one of my very, very first promoters, and we were talking this weekend how I am still not above doing a booth, setting up a booth. Guys, I haven't arrived. If there is a local thing that I can go set up a booth at, I'm going to do it because I know the power in creating community with people, because the people right here in my area, I can invite them over time and time and time and time again. That 10th time may be the thing that seals the deal. I've shared with you guys my neighborhood. I'm just now cultivating and building those relationships, but it's consistency. It's consistency of the stories. Are you sharing those stories? Like Lisa said, if they're a waitress, if they're, Joanne Delgado sent me a message this past weekend, and she was like, hey, I need a story about somebody that works in, that's a male, he's about this age, and he does this for a living. We literally did a search. We found that story on the Lavelle fan page. We sent this to this person because it was exactly what they needed. Guys, in the beginning, we didn't have those stories. You have stories of impact. You have stories that are powerful. You have to share those. People are sharing crap. They're sharing politics. They're sharing Kanye West's whole life. They're sharing all this crap on Facebook. Why don't you be that person that's sharing something positive and encouraging? And then as we're getting ready, and congratulations to you guys that were doing the interviews for the breast cancer awareness. How many of y'all did that? That was so good. So powerful. Now we're going into Thanksgiving. We're going into this holiday season, and people are thinking about thankfulness. We're hearing thankful. We're seeing thankful. We're seeing it on the marketing thing. I want to challenge you. You guys are in the swap groups and you're on this live tonight. You're the 1%. Start preparing. Consistency is key. You should be able to look at, if you were in last time swap, your planner should already have, tomorrow is Transformation Tuesday. Guys, you should already be able to go find the transformation story that you want to post. And if it's your own, it is never too often to post your own story. If your story hasn't been featured on the fan page, guys, you got to get it out there. I shared with y'all how Danny shared with us how she had been thriving with us for, you know, however long, 3+ years, a top leader. And she, in the swap, the last swap group was the first time she wrote her story and sent it in. So guys, you've got to keep resharing. You have to remember that only about 10%. So how many friends do you have on Facebook? So if you have, you know, 100 friends on Facebook, only 10% of those people are seeing your posts. You're going to have to shake things up on your newsfeed. You're going to have to continue to share. I had one of my promoters that came and hung out with me. I don't know if Tammy's on here, but Tammy was one of my very, very first promoters. And she was sitting in my living room last week, and I said something about my 200K documentary, and she said, I've never seen your 200K documentary. Guys, people don't see your stuff. You have to reshare. You have to reshare those stories. But as you're going into Thanksgiving, go ahead, just like you know what tomorrow's post is going to be. You know what your Wellness Wednesday is going to be. You know what your Thankful Thursday. You know Flex Friday is coming up. Guys, prepare those posts. Get ready and be preparing. Get you some of the people in your swap group. Ask them, hey, if I start every Thursday night until Thanksgiving, that's not too many Thursdays, or every other night, can I do a thankful live with you guys? Get 3 or 4 people that you can go live with, and they can just talk about what they're thankful for. What is something that they're thankful for? Reach out to people. Maybe there's people in your business. Maybe there's somebody, even let me get you to be a little more brave. Maybe there's somebody that isn't thriving anymore, and you want to just reach out to them and say, you know what, I loved how your story was XYZ, and I just want to share that again on Facebook. You know what that's going to do? That's going to remind them of when they were feeling good. That's going to remind them of when they were hitting those bonuses. Guys, I love Time Hop for a lot of reasons. It helps me to grow. It helps me to see where I've changed. It helps me to see where I've evolved. But when I go through that Time Hop, literally today, there were 15 people that I sent them a message and I said, you popped up in my Time Hop. Maybe they hit that VIP 800 or they hit that VIP 1600. They're not thriving anymore. And 3 of those people said, you know what? I really do miss it. What would happen if someone was missing home? What would happen if someone's homesick? Well, then you come back home. And so just reaching back out to them, letting them know I cared. Maybe it's a customer that's no longer thriving anymore. Guys, there's so many new things that you can go back and have that conversation with. If you didn't watch the live from last Wednesday night where I talked about the objections and oppositions, guys, go back and watch it and get good. Get good at having that next level. Like Lisa said, they're not saying it's too expensive. They just need to know the value. They need to shop around. If they're telling you that they're shopping around, guys, that means they're buying from somebody else. So that means they're making purchases. They're just not really sure that they need to buy your product. If it's, I need to think about it, well, they're afraid to make a decision. If they need to talk to their spouse or their partner, awesome, because we have a couples pack that you can both do together. You know, you're giving them a solution to every single thing. I wasn't prepared to buy today. Well, most of us will just stop and we'll go, okay, well, just let me know when you're ready. They're not going to let you know when they're ready. Okay, awesome. I know you're not ready to buy today, but let me know, because I love to follow up and I want to make sure that if any promos or any specials come out, I want to make sure that you don't miss out on that. Put them on your planner. Ask them that question. Ask them when they think they're going to be ready to buy. Is it, they get paid at the end of the month, or maybe they're waiting until January 1. If they're waiting for their New Year's, guys, then they better be that person that you have on your January 1 reminder in your phone, person to follow up with. So anybody have any questions? I know we're going to wrap up. I know we had some more. We kind of worked in all of our questions. Anybody else have a question they want to, how do you overcome objections? Let me see, that one was, how do you overcome objection for spouses who tell them, no, they can't thrive? I can't believe many times I have been running into this. Well, one of the things, when someone says they can't thrive, I just get personal with them. I ask them, is it money? Is it finances? Do you think that it would be an issue if you were able to thrive for free? And then we lock arms and I start showing them how to share posts. The focus is going to be get them thriving for free. And if they just say, well, my husband just says no and he's a jerk, well, y'all need counseling. I don't know. No, but I just ask that question. I just get real personal with them, because if they have a situation, I'm going to find a solution. So let's see, what else? Anybody else? Any more questions? Any leaders have anything they want to interject?
Chastity, I had a question for you.
Okay.
We haven't really talked about this, but my name's Jerry, Las Vegas. I'm actually downline from Lisa Fuller. Nonetheless, I've been trying to figure out how to get some business cards made up. We've got the free conference line that we tell our story on. Mm-hmm. And then I was wanting to put a card together so that I could start passing those out. That's kind of my way that I feel like I can do that.
Awesome. Okay. So we have our cards that you can order from the Lavelle website. And I know this is going to be recorded and I'm going to get in trouble, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you what I have. I wasn't prepared for this question, but I don't know if I have any of my cards. right here in my desk. Anyway, my business cards, you can do your business cards on Vistaprint. Benita K actually did my cards. My cards have my website. I also have a personal website, so I've put that all together. My business cards also have my face on them. I find it harder for people to throw my face away just because it seems a little more personal. And the other thing is, if I go to an event or I do something and I clean out my purse or I clean out my wallet. Pat's even done this. He's like, I don't remember who gave me this card. I see that face and I'm able to go, oh, that's that cute girl, or that's that guy that had all that energy, or that's that guy that had that sticker on. So it gives me a way to remember. So I would say you could start with, the Lavelle gear cards. You can do that, or go to Vistaprint and make your own. Natasha posted the Lavelle gear, but here's the thing, guys. I am telling you, I use my business cards a ton. But if you don't have your business card, this is a whole nother live and we've gone over our time. You've got to have your digital business card so that you can immediately connect with people. I try, and again, this weekend when I had that conversation, I did not have my business cards with me. We were at wine tastings, we were hanging out, but I did have my cell phone. So I was able to connect on Instagram. I was able to connect with my other contacts in Facebook Messenger. So make sure that you're always finding that way to make that connection so that you don't walk away and never be able to make contact with them again. So anyway, I hope that helped you, but and Amber just jumped on, so I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble for saying Vistaprint because I'm not the real follower, but I will say I have found more success with my cards having my picture of my face on there. And the other thing, guys, if you don't have cards just yet, do not hesitate to carry a freaking sticky note and a pen. I used sticky notes and pens for the longest time, and I am still not above, hey, do you have a sticky note, and writing it down? Because sometimes people are like, I'm not on social media, and you're like, hey, do you live under a rock? So, but digital business cards are amazing. And I know we're out of time. Guys, I see y'all now, we're going into that. That's probably going to be a live, but let me tell you this. Anything that you ever hear a leader talk about, go to Google and put digital business cards for dummies. Go to YouTube, digital business cards 101. Anything you hear us talk about, you can YouTube it and you can Google it. So we see our fearless leader just jumped on. I guess she's done with her local. Amber, I'll throw it to you. Lisa and I wrapped up, and so if you want to just close us out.
Well, fabulous. Yeah, I just jumped on really quick to see. I was like, was it over? How'd it go? We had a great local. We braved the cold. It was like 60-something degrees this morning and 33 tonight. So we braved the cold. We had some new thrivers there, and I know y'all that are up north are like, haha, whatever, that's not cold. But it's cold for us. But yeah, I'm Chastity. You're not in trouble. I'm not your boss. But, my thing is just get it out there however you have to get out there, however you have a way to connect with people. Absolutely. Whether it's your phone, whether it's a sticky note, and always make sure if you're writing down people's information, the minute you get back to your phone or you get back to your car, you make sure that you start writing them in, put them in your notes, make sure that you know where to go find them so that oh, I just wrote somebody's name on the back of an envelope and I need to follow up with them, because if not, that envelope is going to get thrown away. So make sure that you're bringing it back and putting it back in so you know how to follow up. Guys, I'm so proud of y'all with this swap. We are doing great. We're seeing lots of interaction. Just remember, Facebook has had some issues. It's not cooperating with us every day. Show us some grace. Make sure that you are refreshing your page and check it in the mornings. Even if you don't get a notification, don't depend on those notifications. Yesterday, I got a notification that somebody in a different group I was in made a post. When I went to that post, it was made 3 days ago. So don't rely on those notifications. Make sure that you're checking it in the morning. That way you can be thinking about it throughout the day. Maybe you don't have time to do the challenge in the morning, but you can be thinking about it, right? You can be going, okay, in the nooks and crannies. Oh my gosh, you know what? 60 seconds just popped up. I can do the first part of the challenge. Oh, I've got 5 minutes in between this and that. You can work in the challenge. Don't wait. And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I can't do it. You know, we want you to see this, how we've grown our business. We have done it in the nooks and crannies all day, every day, here and there. We work it in waves and balances. So we're super proud of you. Thanks so much for jumping on. Thank you, Chastity and Lisa. Chastity, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to remind you guys, start planning right now. Start asking. And let's go ahead and finish up tonight. I know we went over, but start dropping in the comments in our chat something you're thankful for with LaBelle. Just drop us something. Blow it up, guys. But I think that it will be so powerful if in the next couple of days, in the next, leading up till Thanksgiving, that if you'll just interview about 4 or 5 of you guys, especially if you are fearful of going live. You should have overcame that in the last swap group, but this is just a time where people feel, people are thinking gratitude, people are thinking about being thankful. So just share that. I see it popping up. Friendships. Lisa talked about that tonight. People want to be a part of something. They want to be included. Thankful that the family gets to do things. Accountability. Healthier. I mean, things like that. So start planning that, start working. I think it would be fun for you guys to do those interviews in your swap groups. And then that way you're getting to know a lot more people. So anyway, Mark, I would like to do a guy one. So I want to jump on and do that just so that we can hear more guys talk about it. Maybe I could drag Pat along. I don't think so. But anyway, start talking thankfulness, start talking about, what it is that you love. People want to be involved. And again, we are thankful for you guys, for the 1% Club, and that's y'all. So thank y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same space, and y'all have an amazing, amazing rest of the week.